Hey, Kimmy Wynn, how are you? Welcome to the Bill and Serenity moment, or the Serenity and Bill moment. Did you notice I added the title?
I've been noticed.
I just did it today.
No, you already had that title.
I had the title, yeah, but I just put it onto the actual live today for the first time.
Don't get hostile with me.
I'm not getting hostile. So, Kimmy, what's going on? She's making tea because I'm making tea. And I said, we're going to get 100,000 people watching in a second. So go get your tea now while everyone's being alerted to come join us. And what's going on in your life, Kimmy? Kimmy win. Kimmy for the win.
I like that.
I do too. That's her name. Kimmy win. She's probably like, why don't you say something that no one said before?
Like it was one of those ones. Like I haven't heard that before.
Yeah, like think Captain Obvious. But I do love the name. It's like it's phenomenal. And I think with the stars aligning and everything that's happening, we need a win. And so I'm just like, maybe it's Kimmy. I'm going to put Do Not Disturb on so I do not get all of these messages that are unrelated to our live. Tell me, does my internet say it's unstable when you get back? Because I feel like I'm choppy. Are you going to boil the water or are you going to microwave it?
I'm gonna microwave it. I'm gonna microwave it. I was gonna boil it.
You know the microwave is the devil.
It is absolutely the heathen of the universe.
And it's gonna stop you from being able to have babies.
Thank God I'm not worried about that.
All right, I gotta go find my remote real quick. Sorry, Kimmy. We'll both be right back while we go look for the remote. This is so ghetto, but whatever.
I don't know what you want. I know you miss your dad, huh?
And of course, the remote was right beside me, but I walked all around the house looking for it. And I get tired because, 10,000 square feet for a man like me, I got little legs. So walking around this house is it's a lot.
It's time to pull out that wheelchair.
Shut up.
Oh, then don't complain. No,
That was rude. And I'm gonna share something with you when you get back. That made me feel like such an asshole.
okay. I am back. I am back. I am back. This.
So there was a lady in a wheelchair at the Publix,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow we ended up at the same point at the same time. And I believe that I I I don't know what was in my head because I was like, "Go ahead, pass." But I think initially when we hit the intersection of the aisle, because she was going this way and I was going this way.
So she was going horizontal, you were going vertical?
Yeah, I was going down the aisle and she was passing the aisle. So when she started passing it, I was already coming out of the aisle
Mm-hmm.
and then I stopped and she was backing up. And I felt terrible because she's like, "You go ahead." And I'm like, "No, no, no, I'm fine. Go ahead. I'll wait." And then she's like, "No, you go ahead." And I don't know if I was giving off an energy of impatience because that's not the energy I wanted to give off. But I was kind of rushing through the store. So, yeah, that's going to bother me for a second. So, I've been waiting to tell you this.
Okay.
So, for the first time ever, we got a negative comment about us on TikTok,
Okay.
and I blamed you.
I'll take it. I have no problem.
They were like, "There's so much going on in the world. Don't y'all have anything better to talk about than bonnets?"
I don't even know how we got on that topic.
I was like, "You know what? That's a snippet."
Yeah, I don't even know how that even happened. I don't even know what that happened, but
It was such a s
um,
like, based on the entire conversation,
yeah, that was such a small,
it was such
small
a small
portion.
portion of it,
Small portion.
and I think we were just
But at
talking
the
about
same time, you know what? Whoever had a comment to say, yeah, there are a lot more things that we can talk and discuss. But if I stay in what's actually happening 24/7, which I was doing a few months ago, I couldn't get out of bed. I was literally breaking down. And I don't know how this affects you, because for some people it's just a topic. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But for me, it's not just a topic. You know what I'm saying? I know people that this is personally affected. You know what I'm saying? I care about everyone, hence the reason how I voted. It never had to do with me. I care generally about everyone, whether or not I've met them or not.
that, and that's what's so important right now, because if we don't stand for something, I don't care who you are, we all have the right to exist in harmony.
Mhm. Mhm.
Why am I in your bedroom? Why am I concerned about how many kids you have? Why am I concerned about all this stuff that really is none of my business? But I am concerned about them taking away your rights.
Yeah.
And I don't, and I firmly believe a group of men should not be telling a woman what to do with her body.
Mhm.
So I'm with you because I had this conversation with someone the other day that said, "Why are you posting things of yourself flying through the air?" I'm like, "Do you understand what my life is like right now?" So if the one piece of joy that I get is making myself into Spider-Man,
Right. Right.
let
The
me do that because
That's me too. Right.
I'm having the bold conversations. I am standing for something. I am letting people know what's going on out there every week on my show and periodically on our show, right? I'm a little bit more refrained because I know that it really did um, affect you, and it affects me too.
And and at the end of the day, I'm a true believer that everyone has an opinion, right? Everyone can have an opinion. My opinion. Oh, okay. Doesn't have to align with your opinion. Hence the reason we don't always agree on stuff. You
No,
have a different opinion on stuff. I have a different, and never do we take it as I'm not speaking to you. I don't want to hear what you have to say. At the end of the day, we both have our own brains, so we both have different thought processes.
absolutely.
So, but cohesively, we both want the best for each other and surrounding.
Yes,
So it doesn't matter that we don't always align, but at the end of the day, our um our spirits align, our energy aligns. You know, we were brought back together. I don't know if everyone, when they're listening, we've been friends for a minute. Bill's
yes.
younger than me, let him tell it. But we've been friends for a long time where none of
Our
the
children are in their 30s,
right.
and our children are in their 30s, and we knew each other Amanda and Brooke were already here, but Chris wasn't.
But Chris came at the end, like right before.
How old is Chris?
uh, Chris is 26.
Okay, yeah, he's 10 years younger than. So Amanda and Brooke and Morgan are the same age then.
Yeah, because Morgan is 9 years older than Christopher.
Yeah, they're yeah. So they're 34. Morgan's what, 35?
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Exact exactly. Exactly. So, with that being said, it was a time when we were just lighthearted.
Mhm. We still are, but right now stuff is really, really rough. And
Things are bad. Things are bad that I say all the time when I win the lottery, because 'cause I'm going to win the lottery.
I bought my ticket today, by the way.
That I can't even use my lottery like how I wanted to use it before. Because before I wanted to ball out and have this incredible time of my life. But how the world is now, I can't do that. There are too many people suffering. There are too many people in need for me to just be frivolously spending money on things that are not relevant. I truly believe that I would have to see. You're different. See how we're different. I
No, 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 no.
no, I saw the eye roll back in the head. I
no,
truly.
because I'm aligned with that. However, I do believe that I would, and mine's all planned out. I would have two compounds, one here and one in Los Angeles. And when I say compounds, I mean like where I have acres of land
Mhm,
and just like the Kardashians. You know how they all live like
mhm.
around each other, but
Right,
far enough from each other so that they don't. I think Chloe and her mom live like next door,
right.
but they're all in the same community. They're all behind the same gate. So I would do that in the Keys for us, and I would do that in Los Angeles. And I don't know if it would be Hidden Hills or it'd probably be Hidden Hills because it's cheaper than Beverly Hills if we're all gonna do that. But yeah, and then from there, I would make sure that I had a fleet of cars, and in my opinion, the kids would just choose whatever car they wanted. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't buy them a car. I would just have a fleet of cars, and whoever woke up that morning
Yeah,
and
and
that's
it's
the
just
one
under
you wanted
Flips
to
Plus.
take.
It would be under the estate. Yeah, I
Yeah,
truly believe in that.
yeah.
Um,
And but then I would go into real philanthropy,
uh-huh.
but I will never be. I would always make sure that my money was doing something to increase itself
Absolutely,
so that I
absolutely.
can help more people and I can make sure that I don't go under.
Mhm.
You
I
know,
think that would most definitely be the plan. I mean, even before I picked up money, I would actually have to sit down with someone to make sure that I said everything and try to keep as much money as possible before they take another pinch, nickel, dime, quarter of my winnings. But I most definitely would have to spread it around a lot differently than I chose to. But I've always wanted a cop out, especially when I was in Texas. You see a lot of them. You see a lot of people because they have the land, of course. You know, they have the land.
that's why I go back and forth about what I would do in Los Angeles.
Mhm.
Like maybe in Los Angeles, I'd have one big house for me, and the kids and Ace would have their own rooms in that mansion because it would, I would spend the money on it. Like 12,000 square feet, something like that,
Just 2,000 square feet more than yours. I don't know, understand the movement.
because I'm going to remain humble.
Okay.
Um, but they have their own wings,
Mhm.
and even Stacy have her own wing. Um, but then maybe they have
Is
smaller.
Stacy your ex?
My ex-wife, yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
'Cause whenever you say Stacy, I'm like, is that his ex?
Amanda and Brooke's mother. Yeah. Uh,
Because you know what comes to mind whenever you say Stacy? Remember Stacy that we used to work with that passed away?
did you know she was dating Greg Lambeth?
Who's Greg Lambert? The name sounds familiar.
Someone horrific.
Was he black? Was he white? Was he
Yeah,
Asian?
he's kinda built like the Grimace. Have you ever seen those bodies? Do you remember Grimace?
Was he black or was he white? I don't even know.
Black guy.
Only black guy I remember is Kevin and
Kevin
Curtis.
Shaw
Yeah.
and Curtis. Curtis is still a DJ at
I
110
know.
years old.
We're friends. He sends me stuff all the time. One day we should have him on.
We should invite him.
Literally, we should have him on because
So
we
you know
can
Cheryl McClooney passed away, right?
you told me that. You
Oh,
told
yeah, yeah. We talked about Weight Watchers and how she kept growing. Um, God's gonna get you for that.
Only thing it's just because there was no Majoro, do not be mean.
How'd you know I was on Manjaro? Did I tell you that?
Of course you did. Of course you did.
And it's because I have diabetes, people, not because I'm trying to be sexy and cute. That's why I'm not losing as much weight, but I am getting the Manjaro neck, which has
Oh, yeah.
me.
You have to do it and they go 30 times. Was doing it and I stopped doing it, but you have to do that. You really do.
You can see it.
No. Yeah, because we can know.
So I'm like, okay, if I just did that,
But but if you get some money, you can get like the what's that
yeah,
thing? It's not even a nip and tuck. It's like it's
a line
and they just
and
kind of.
lift it up.
Hmm.
I'm gonna do what Jack A. Harry did, and
She looks fantastic.
but she doesn't look as good as Chris Jenner.
Kris Jenner looked good when they first did it, but lately she don't look too hot. Have you
Really?
noticed that? Yeah, when they first did it, it was like she looked really good, but now it's like it's deteriorated. I don't know what happened.
Okay, I'll check her out
Yeah, I don't know
because
what
we got to stay up on Chris Jenner, y'all, because Chris is the matriarch.
happened.
That's who I'm following. That's the most amazing woman in ever because she took nothing and built billionaires off of them.
Yeah.
Her, Joe Jackson, right? Um, Matthew Knowles.
I
You,
mean,
that,
there's a lot of people.
we got some people out there that do it, but if anyone says the Kardashians don't have talent, their bank account says something different.
Okay. I'm not gonna say that they're talented. I'm gonna say that
They're smart.
I don't push anything past them in regards to success or whatever they want to be, succeed, and achieve. That's what I like. But as far as like talent, first of all, even though I like Kim Kardashian, I could never sit there and listen to her voice for it. Like literally, I would be like, you know what? Girl, text me it, and I'll make sure I give right back to you.
But that might not be her real voice, like Michael Jackson.
I think that's her real voice. I really do.
Really? Okay.
Like, like, um, like for example, like Michelette's voice. Have you ever,
Yeah.
been around her like in person, and heard that voice, and then she sings, and then you just get goosebumps, and you're like, that's amazing how someone with that voice is so squeaky, but when you sing, it's completely gone.
They say that when people have voices like hers, not Kim Kardashian, that a lot of times it's related to a mental issue from childhood trauma, often associated with molestation.
Really?
Yep. So I I've read her story briefly, like I didn't go digging deep, but you know, Dr. Dre was not nice to her and Suge Knight wasn't either.
No, no.
Like she was attacked and
Yeah.
like Tina Turner, but the people that she was attacked by had way more power and influence than Ike.
Mhm.
And with Ike and Tina, Tina was always the ticket.
Right. Right.
It was always about Tina Turner. It really, and I think that's what drove Ike more crazy. I mean, I
Crazy.
think he was a
Exactly.
abuser anyway, but she so overshadowed him that he wanted to put out that flame.
Mhm.
Now with Michelle A, she was beholden to them because Suge managed her career. Wait, no, Dre managed her career. So
Right,
Dre was
man.
her first.
Right.
He went from Dre to Suge.
But you know how she went to Suge because Dre, she was destitute and broke. Because Dre held the power financially and wasn't providing for her financially, wasn't helping her produce any music, any of that. And of course, just like any predator, because I'm going to call him a predator, any predator walks through and recognizes what you don't have and takes advantage of that. And that's what he did. And of course,
That's what Suge did.
hmm
Got it.
and she ended up with him, which is sad. But
It
you
is.
don't pay for a lot of it. Did you know yesterday was Ash Wednesday? Off topic.
I did, but I no longer subscribe to the Bible.
And it was actually the first day of Ramadan. Two of those things happened on the same day.
And it was
What?
the shift in the planets.
Really? I didn't know that one.
You didn't know that? So we're in a different season. So what we should be seeing is that last year was a year of the snake, which
Mhm.
meant that we had to shed everything.
Mhm.
And I got confused because I thought 2026 was the
Yeah,
ending of
you're
it, but
oh, okay.
it wasn't. It was, I think, the 16th and 17th was the Lunar New Year,
Yeah, I knew that.
which meant that it's the year of the horse. So up until that point, we were still shedding
Okay.
things, and which is which gives me a little bit of hope because the first this is still February, right? Like the first couple of months.
I mean, I've just got you to the side because remember I told you I am booking
Yep.
clients
Yes.
and I just have an appointment, but it's tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. And I'm looking to see if I see a phone number.
What do you use to get appointments booked? Calendly?
So, the agency that I'm with, they actually,
Step back.
step back, sorry, because I know you want to do your little step. The agency that I'm with, they actually book the appointment. They go online and they see it and they fill it out and then it comes to me.
The agency sends it to
The,
you.
the yeah, the IMO sent it to me.
Okay.
And then we go from there. But I don't see a phone number on here. I see her name. Let me add it to my calendar, but I don't see a number. Maybe I'll just send her a message
Yeah.
and let her know.
I'm loving the red glasses, by the way.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just making sure. Yeah, her name is Cassandra, not Cassandra, Cassandra.
You said it just like Jack A. Harry. Mhm. Son.
Cassandra, because that's how it's spelled. It's not spelled Cassandra. It's spelled Cassandra.
How do you spell it? Well, don't do it
No, I'm
because
not.
we're live. I
No,
don't
I'm
want-
not gonna do that. That will be a little too much. But yeah.
So in news today, Substack people, the Prince of England has been arrested.
I saw that. Let me move my phone. Yes, I saw that. Absolutely saw that. But
And
not but but you heard what the crimes were for, right?
what was he arrested for?
It had to do with, like, fraud and stuff like nothing in regards to what you thought he would have been arrested for.
Really? Because
Mhm.
I know that they said that Prince Charles and King Charles and Prince William personally got him out. So I thought it was
Because
really,
he's not even a prince anymore.
I know, because they moved him to another space,
Yeah, and
and
then they
then
were
he got
moving him from
arrested.
that right, but they were moving him from another space because they were like they kept downgrading him. This is like his 3rd or 4th his 3rd.
And he got mad because he said there was no room for his servants, and now he's in jail.
Yeah, so now you got nobody. Yeah, he kept getting downgraded.
That's just a trip.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back at the dock, we're still here saying it's all fake. Welcome to
But
America, ladies and
I just got
gentlemen.
another appointment. How many
Good for you. You know, I just told you this is the year the shedding stopped.
I'm building my team.
The
Building my
shedding has
team.
stopped.
And go from there, you know? Cause we got places to be, Mr. Rochelle.
We do all over the world.
Mhm,
So
places to be.
I think the next thing that we should do
Mhm.
is dating tips. That would be great coming from you. How how
Really?
how to find a date in 2026 when you're over 35.
Okay, I don't think that would be good for me
Why not?
because, I don't currently wanna date.
Okay.
I'm not in that space that I and it's not like, okay, just because I could maybe because I recently got a relationship, I don't wanna date. I just
That
don't.
that makes sense. I mean, you guys were together for a while,
Yeah,
and
I don't wanna date. I just don't wanna date.
do you think it's impossible to find a date after a certain age?
Mm, as far as a date, no, I don't think it's impossible to find a date. I mean, don't think so. I haven't got invites for a date. I've had a few people that have asked me out. Um, but do I want to date? No.
What would your ideal if you were to date? Now, actually, let's scratch date. If you were to get into a relationship, what would your ideal? What's the ideal candidate?
Mm.
And I even think about your dad and how
No, I just think I know I no, I wouldn't even go there. I think it's more so because overall, I think as women, we we've come to the point that we know we can do it by ourselves. 9 times out of 10, we can do it by ourselves. We're truly looking for someone that has our back regardless of what we're doing. And 9 times out of 10, we don't always get that support. Support can come in all different, it could be financial, it could be physical, it could be spiritual, it can be a lot of different, aspects when you're looking for support at the end of the day. Um, I'm just so laid back now. I can't even answer. Like, if you asked me this 4 years ago, I would have had an answer for you. You know, I really would. But right now, I don't think, as far as like ideal person, if that ideal person probably even approached me today, I'd be like, I'm not interested. So I can keep it moving, keep it moving.
so you said women can do it by themselves.
Yeah, because women used to get married previously based off of finances. you know, because previously you needed a husband because women were stay at home, you know, raise the children, of course, right? And then, of course, that kind of changed in like the 70s. More women went into the workforce, but still, of course, they're still not being paid as much as a man. So her income is just paying for minor stuff while his stuff is still making sure that the mortgage is paid, car note, those particulars are being handled. But we're in a dynamics now where, of course, women make the same amount of money as men, but in
in
a
some
lot of
cases.
yeah, but you're running into the woman's role has changed, but the man a lot of time hasn't changed his role. You know what I'm saying? So, and what I say is that we have two people that are working. We have a two income household, right? Say you guys are both bringing in same amount of money, couple $1,000 difference, no big deal, right? But you're still running into men that are expecting women to still come home and cook and clean.
I agree with that.
You know,
I don't agree with that. I
No,
agree with what
no,
you're
I agree.
saying.
Yeah, yeah, and they're still expecting that. So if I was at work all day, you would work at work all day. Why am I coming home and cooking and cleaning?
Right?
You know what I'm
Or
saying?
if you're cooking, then he could clean
Right,
or take the kids
or
to the
something.
park.
Right, something. You know, I'll cook and clean up after me or whatever. But I'm a cooker and cleaner, so that doesn't necessarily work for me. But and I don't mind. But if you're tired, what makes you think I'm not tired?
But what I was trying to get at is for you, if he does expect, like, let's say he can't cook, right?
Mhm.
It's just a shitty mess when he does, and you don't want to even want to eat it. But if you can come home, take the kids to the park, so that I can be at home by myself, right? Like that's
I
my
could just like right. I can have my little time to woosah, get stuff ready, drink some wine as I'm cooking and
no
whatever.
mommy, mommy,
Right.
mommy, mommy,
Exactly.
mommy.
That would work. In a
Yeah,
lot of circumstances that would actually work. But when it becomes a demand and someone's expecting it, then that's when a lot of time there's conflict. Because when the relationship is new, it's okay. You're kind of excited. You're okay doing it. For a lot of these women, and I see them on so my man type of thing. And then when they realize that, and I'm not saying I do not believe a relationship is 50-50. I despise that concept of 50-50. And the
on
reason
on
why,
on which end?
what do you mean on what end? Like when,
Because everything's not 50-50. I mean,
no,
it could be 60-40 some months. It could be, 70-30 some months. It could be 50-50. It could vary. So on which end? 'Cause I'm talking about on both ends.
it doesn't matter. I'm saying like when people say, yeah, we're in this 50-50. you
Okay.
know and the reason why I say I feel like that doesn't work because say I'm at 48% already, and what's today, the 20th?
Hmm.
We still got 10 more days to the end of the month. Oh, this is a short month, so we don't have as many days, right? And I've already given you 40%, 48%. So I'm going to stop once I get to that 50. So that means there's stuff that needs to be done that I've decided that I'm not gonna do because 'cause I've already given my 50% for the month.
So you're like,
And that's why I don't think 50-50
you're
percent.
like,
Got your little tablet like, okay, I did this. This was worth 10%. So at the end of the day, right, you got stuff that ain't done. Like, I'm not washing those clothes. I've already washed 42% for the month. And if I wash one more time, that's gonna take me to 51. No, it's not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. And
it's gonna
somebody
take
else
me
do it.
to 51.
And this is a 50-50 relationship.
So Instead of being 50-50, what do you think it should be?
I think you should
Give
recognize.
100% of yourself and they should
Yes.
give 100%
Yes,
of
you should
themselves,
and
whatever that
recognize
is.
your strengths and, and make it work accordingly. Because like you said, say he's a horrible cook. So you pick up the slack there. You know what I'm saying? And don't be with someone, I think at the end of the day, that you think you're going to try to change. If you knew he was this way in the beginning, you're not going to change it. You were picking up his drawers before. Now you mad you got to pick up his underwear. Don't be mad. No, this is not going to change. And the same thing, if you were giving her flowers and doing nice things for her in the beginning, and now there is
Be
not,
who you are.
yeah,
Like don't all that sweet stuff that you're not going to keep doing.
consistently, yes. If that's not you, don't start off that being you. So she can make the decision or he can make the decision. This is not the person for me.
Yeah.
But to be that
Don't
fake
cook every
person,
day for like 6 months and then all of a sudden we need to go out to dinner. You know what? Set those boundaries now. I'm going to
I
go out to dinner 3 times a week.
the week. I had a girlfriend that literally she was dating this man for 2 years. They come back from their honeymoon, and he's literally like, she's like, oh, she said because they ate out at least 98% of the time for 2 years. She said the most they was like coffee in the morning, popcorn, you want some cheese and crackers
Right.
type of thing, but nothing major, like she said, just nothing major. Like maybe I should decrease it. She said probably like 90%. Like she said she would cook tacos sometimes and, you know, little whatever.
Black people tacos or regular tacos?
I don't even know because she's not black or Mexican. So I don't even know. I didn't even say what type of tacos did you cook, Heather. Anyway, so to make a
Not
long
Heather.
stop it. I have a couple of family members named Heather. So anyway, what happened? She got home, honeymoon. Of course, there's nothing in the refrigerator, right? Because they've been gone. And so she said she takes a couple menus and puts them out for him. She's like, "Oh, what do you want to eat, babe?" He said, "I don't eat out like that." He said, "What do you mean?" He was like, "I was just doing that to win you over. Now that we're
No,
married,
no, 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 no. I
you
would
know
I,
how
I
long
would walk
that
out
marriage
right
lasted,
then.
right? You know how long that marriage lasted. She said, I knew he had to be playing. So I just ordered something to eat, 'cause like, he gotta be playing. And he had an attitude and he didn't eat his food. She said, we just came back. We just had a great time. 6 weeks later, she was divorced.
Because people believe that a piece of paper changes the person that you are. Now that you're my husband, now that you're my wife, you're supposed to be different.
Mhm,
I'll never forget Sandra Lopez. And I can't believe you don't remember who she was, but she worked at Teleflora. She was a beautiful girl and she had long, long hair. I mean,
mhm,
I'm saying like Jennifer Lopez looking,
mhm,
just beautiful. And she went on her honeymoon and she came back and she cut her hair into a bob that was about this long. But she had that long flowy hair, like
mhm,
Jennifer Lopez. You could do whatever you
mhm.
want. And I'm like, oh, you cut your hair. She goes, yeah, I'm married now. I couldn't keep that same look. He married Jennifer Lopez. You can't come in here looking like Margaret Cho. I mean,
Right.
like it was like the Mrs. Sorry, not Margaret Cho, Mrs. Swan, from Mad TV.
Mhm,
So Miss Swan used to have this. Do you remember her?
mhm,
He looking like a man.
mhm. You're
But,
looking like a man.
yeah,
Yeah.
that little blunt.
Yeah.
And then she got pregnant. She didn't get pregnant. She didn't get married because she was pregnant because she planned her wedding for like 2 years. So Then she got pregnant.
Okay, Bill, what does that have to do with the price of tea?
And before the baby was born, she was divorced.
Divorce? Okay,
Yep.
that's why.
And she
Okay.
was living with that man for 6 years. And so I said to myself, what happened in less than 6 months that you didn't see for 6 years? That's always stuck with me. It's because people believe that a piece of paper is like ownership
Yeah.
and the rules change,
Mm-hmm. Which is
you know?
true. Which is so true.
She she was probably friends with your friend Jill. She was one of those girls, like, "Oh, the world,"
The world revolves around me.
and I have
And the
everything
man
all
is
figured
going
out.
to just always pick me. And if he doesn't pick me, then guess what? I don't want him.
Did she say that to you?
No, but I told you why we got into an argument
Yeah, about being
over
a single mom or something like that?
no, over valet parking.
Because her boyfriend didn't want a ballet part?
Yeah, and she had to walk in her heels. And so I said to her, "Well, um," oh, she was like, "And I'll never see him again." I said, "Well, did you have a good time?" "Yeah, but he was too cheap to pay for valet." And I was like, "Well, that's very surface. Very surface. If you had a great time and everything else, then you should have paid for valet." I mean, I'm not against that. If he's paying for everything for the whole night, he's taking you out, why can't you whip out $30 for the valet?
First of
Because
all,
it was a
when
$300-400 night.
first of all, first, let's be clear. When you and I were hanging out, it was not $30 for valet. It was like 3.
I'm just I'm just trying to and I'm
So
you know what I'm
so
saying?
that that's a fictitious
Exactly.
number,
I'm just
y'all.
trying to but when I was younger, I was shallow like that. Like I told like when I was
Obviously not because you called her out on her shit.
no, I'm talking at that point I had Christopher. I'm talking about for Christopher and Morgan. I
Oh,
was shallow like that. Meaning, like when I would like if I went out with someone, dang, I got another interview. And if I got 3. And if like
let's applaud
oh
that, everybody. Applaud, applaud, applaud. The universe is opening up.
so it was like for me, for example, back in the day we had to get a newspaper to know what was happening at the movie theater. Remember those days? That
Mhm.
and I remember this guy had asked me out and he was like, "Oh, did you get the paper for the movie showing?" And I'm like, "You asked me out." So he pulls up to a store for me to get out to get a newspaper. I politely asked that man to take me back home.
Describe politely.
Um, I don't think this is gonna work. He said, "You can't pay 25 cents for a newspaper?" I said, "I cannot."
Was it the 25 cents for the newspaper, or was it the fact that he pulled up and asked you to get out of the car?
I think it was probably the equation of all of it. It was the equation that you weren't prepared, that you asked me out about going to a movie. You didn't know what time the movie even started. So we're going to a movie and you don't even know what time it starts. So why am I even ready at this time? You know? And then you want me to jump out the car to run and go get the newspaper like I'm just
And so, in retrospect,
Mhm.
how should he have handled that situation?
He should have most definitely already had the paper in the car.
Or
And if
knowing
he
what
didn't,
time the movie started?
and if he didn't, and know what time the movie started, right?
Yes.
And if he didn't, he could have politely said, "Hey, let me just pull over here and get a newspaper." And then we could look and see what time the movie starts and see which one we can make it on time to. That would have simplified it all. We would have had a lovely night. And do you know I saw this man probably it was during COVID. It was right before COVID because literally I caught COVID that night. I had COVID that night, didn't know I had COVID. It just hit me out of
Wait, this
nowhere.
is this is this is recent.
No, I saw him years later.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
Years later. This is, decades later I ran into this man at a party. One of my girlfriends was having a birthday party because he was actually cousins of with my girlfriend. He was one of
Okay.
her cousins. So it was like one of those hookup dates type of thing. And I'm assuming that his wife knew who I was because I didn't know. Because she mean mugged me that whole night.
But you only went on one date.
We didn't even really go on a date. He must have told because I would see him periodically after that, and he would still ask me out, and I'd be like, "No, no, you had one try, we're good." So I don't know if I don't know, but she mean mugged me that whole night. The people that I came with, they were like, "Why is that lady looking at you so mean every time you move?" I said, "I don't know. I have no clue." And he looked so broke down that I'm so glad we never went on that date.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. You're stunning. I mean, and
Like, but
and and people don't know how old you are, but you're stunning.
you know
Like,
what's so thank you, Bill. But you know what's so funny is that sometimes I realize that and sometimes I forget. You know when I realize it? When someone just looks like
because right now you have on your glasses,
Jerome in
your
the
hair.
house. I said Jerome in the house, and he comes in and approaches you.
Who?
What? Jerome from Martin.
Oh, okay.
Jerome. Somebody like that approaches me, and I'm like, "Do you know who I
I've done that before where I'm like, what made you get up the nerve to walk over here and think?
am?" It was an option.
I have to I would have to go in and look at myself in the mirror someplace and be like, did, did my teeth fall out? Like what the fuck?
What happened? What exactly?
Hold on.
What really happened? Oh, we have Coach Sean. Hi, Sean. My
So
phone is guess what? My phone is about to die. I did
is
this a
it
couple of times. I'm
mine?
at
Well, mine's
I'm
gonna
at
die
2%.
in a half a minute as well.
I have 2%. I don't think my phone has ever been this low. It's like,
You are
wait.
the best co-host ever. So this is for the clip later.
Mm-hmm.
She had one job, y'all.
And the crazy thing about it is, it's usually you that has the issue with the phone dying.
Most of the time, our phone is dying at the same time.
No.
Because whenever I said my phone is dying, you were
I'll
like,
probably lie and be like, yeah, me too. It's probably a lie.
okay,
Because you notice I brought it up because my phone is literally dying.
all right, perfect. This has been a great conversation.
Absolutely.
We'll pick it up next time. And you said you're going to start coming up with themes.
I am. I'm gonna start coming up with themes in regards to what we should actually be talking about.
Okay.
Um, yeah, something popped in my head, and I think I want to use a thing as far as being token. I was talking to someone of being token, no matter what race, no matter where you come from. Have you ever experienced being token?
Okay. We can approach that. Remember, everyone, we're just having a conversation.
Right.
We agree to disagree. Join it if you want. Don't join it.
Absolutely.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye.